Welcome to Way of the Wyvern number 5, today with Salty EU 49.7. The first match is against MaltyTom, a very strong, a very nice Hakumen player. And let's see how this goes. In general, we have played a lot online in ranked matches. I usually target strong opponents there, and he had a pink square for the longest time, but recently his square dropped down to orange. He was doing good work in this matchup. It's low profile Hakumen's 4C, and it also catches a lots of forward or backward dashes. That was kind of a hero burst from him. But he got my burst in return, so not that bad overall for him. Could have closed that out with Shin. Very cool that Ajidaha is a very good move to punish Yanagi attempts. Not always, of course, but it works fairly often. And at this point I dropped the combo not by accident but on purpose. I just wanted to irritate him and get my command grab. And here I wanted to go for the instant overhead with meter, so I jumped and pressed JC, immediate and rapid cancelled, but he was ready for overhead. Still, I take this round very convincingly. And I start the next round with the YOLO Ajidaha, but didn't get punished for it. So all in all, it's a strong start for MaltyTom so far. Cashing out of my bad Ajidaha and Wyvern. And actually Yanagi is pretty difficult to punish, essentially because he can cancel it into any of his other special moves. You have to wait which move he does, or you recognize it beforehand and throw it. In that case you win all the time, but otherwise you have to respect the option that comes afterwards. So actually kinda nice bait. He knew I would go for the 5A there, but even though I left this, 5A is not a good answer after Akito. So essentially what I should do when I see him with Akito like that, jump and throw, because that would beat the JD and the JB. Ajidaha is actually landing again, putting him into the corner, but he is ready for the purple throw. But nonetheless I get the reset and a huge amount of damage, but sadly I missed the combo but still get another chance. I don't have meter ready right now, so I'm kind of fumbling here, but still get the reset into the second grab. I actually wanted to do the exit axle there, but yeah. Press the buttons wrong and then I got this. So this would be match point for me, but as you see, Malty completely downloaded me in this round and closes out with 6k damage with an overdrive finish. But on the bright side, I have overdrive and burst ready and he does not. And also the round starts very good for me. but he shifted the momentum when he punished my Achidaha. I still have to learn a bit better how to rapid cancel Fafnir, because right now I'm always in a bad spot afterwards. He had to burst, and that was the best spot to burst because he got my rapid cancel and closes out with the grab. Very well played from MaltyTom. Up to the next match against Paikyappu, a beginner pen player who is maining 9. So naturally I test out my bang again. But I haven't played him that day, so I was not warmed up with him in the slightest. This is something you will definitely see in the match. Because so far I haven't landed anything meaningful and converted. And here I missed the air dash and thus dropped the combo. A bit too greedy with the 3C there. Whereas Paikyappu is using 9 spells fairly effectively to pin you down. But also still not as dominant as I wish he'd play as a 9 player. Which is also something that is very strange to me personally, that the number of 9 players dropped so crazy, because I remember when the game launched, 9 was all over the place, but nowadays I can't really think of any other 9 players other than Paikyappu and Netty. That's not really a large pool, and thus I have not much experience against her, neither as Kagura nor as Bang. In general, it's a bad matchup for Kagura, so getting my Bang ready for her would be very good versus other matchups, but that said, I haven't done anything good this match. This is probably the worst Bang you have seen so far. Here again, I get the pickup, but only because it's the blue beat, and then I drop the Rocket Science JD follow-up. So yeah, that was that, a pretty clean 2-0 from Paikyappu, and then I switched to Kagura. Sadly, there were 2 matches afterwards of course, but one got deleted by the game or whatever. I definitely need to change things up how I record those stuff, because right now I go into replay theater, but all the time things are missing or crashing, and that's not really cool to have. It's not consistent enough. The one plus side it has is that when someone doesn't want their matches to be uploaded or to be downloaded, then they can disable the function, and so I would respect the players more, but really not worth the payoff. And it's such a shame for this match in particular, because the other one was actually pretty close and I was super close to losing, but then I got the purple grab on Paikyappu, turned the round around, and then I cracked the spirit and got my usual Kagura gameplay going. Yeah, here I misinputted and I should have saved the combo in a different route. But yeah, I shouldn't misinput in the first place, let's say it this way. I just run away from the ferry so they can't really use their Oki setups and stuff like that. And I just Wyvern through. And Paikyappu also said they had problems receiving the Wyvern, because you can low profile it, but it's not that easy probably, and Wyvern is just goated. So speaking of matchups that I don't like with Kagura, this is against, I don't know how to pronounce this, and I don't know if I've encountered this specific Amane player already, but Amane is a matchup that I absolutely dread as Kagura, and you will soon see why. So he got in, I immediately burst just so he can't get any momentum. We have a very strong round. Actually, I believe Amane could continue the combo after the super, so this is definitely something that he's missing, because Potato, another Amane player, is doing this all the time to me. And what makes this matchup difficult is that Amane has a huge range, outranging Kagura, and in addition he gets rewarded for you blocking. So usually I say, okay, isn't that bad, because Kagura can just block all day and wait for the right opening, but with Amane that's different. Because they have this drill level, when it's level 3 they do massive ship damage. Which is not something that we see right now, luckily for me. But here he tries to set up the drill from the top to get level 3, but you can jump out of that, so that's what I'm doing. This is one of the tools we have, beef Hafnir. Whenever they jump too predictably, you can get them. And here, this is what I meant. He's drill level 3 and all of a sudden I have only a slither of health left because I didn't barrier guard early enough. And again, I believe he could continue the combo here, but he didn't, so I snatched this round. And sadly again, he alt F4'd when I won the second match, so no replay again. And next up is against Ostman, a fairly new player in Europe at least. I have talked a bit with him afterwards. So essentially the problem is here, and this is why all this gameplay will look very sloppy, that the connection was very bad. I had 400 ping with him and 7 frames rolled back. It was a slideshow. Luckily if I use replay then you don't see the slideshow, but maybe it would be better if you could see the slideshow. But honestly, Ostman is playing pretty well for the slideshow that we had. He told me that originally he was in Brazil and he was playing players from Argentina, and so he kinda got adjusted to fighting with much lag, and definitely shows. He also knows how to abuse this by throwing out lots of throws. No pun intended, but unintentional puns are the best puns, probably. All in all, it's a huge shame that we had to play on this circumstance, because this would have been a banger match. Because as I see it, we are probably fairly even matched. Hazama definitely another of those dreaded matchups for Kagura. So if I could get my bang ready, then that might be useful in this matchup as well. But even then, I don't think any matchup is anywhere near unwinnable with Kagura, just because with this high risk high reward archetype, we can always get this one hit in that turns around the entire match. But still, I'd like to have a counter pick for the Amane, because that's the matchup I dread the most. meanwhile this match looking fairly even. I don't really enjoy commentating this so much because I see all these drops and I know that those are not because I'm bad, but because the connection was super iffy. But this is what I meant with him playing well. Even though the connection was so iffy that I couldn't get my most basic combos, he still gets those 3.3k with Hazama. And while Hazama can do lots of damage, it's not that his average damage is high, so still way more difficult combos that he can pull with this amount of lag than what I could do. So props to him for conquering the lag. So that was match number 1. I just wanted this match to be over, so even more reason that I threw out so many T buttons. This round is looking very good for me as of now, but as you see, this actually looks like a fairly difficult combo. 3.1k and he gets the corner back. I get the throw escape, luckily. And this seals the round. So what made me especially salty about this is that this was actually looking like I'd break the 2-2 curse. So right now my best result is 2 wins, 2 losses in the tournament, and I've done that a lot. I've never gone 3 wins and 2 losses. And actually all the match leading up into this, I thought I might have this. Because again, he is fairly new in Europe as a player, and he also had played against Panda and complimented him for being super scary in the offense. And so, because I had very close matches with Panda, I thought that Ostman may be below my level. But he proved that he was above my level, at least in this laggy environment that we had. Yeah, this was my tournament run Salty EU 49.7. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe. Hope to see you soon. Until then, bye bye.